Well, hello, Kingsmen. Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 on Kulm. This one was sent in by, I believe, one of the peeps. Player in the back, I forget the name, but this is sent in by this French player playing as 11-point France. You can see there's two Napoli on this field today. We have a 6-point Napoli and another 6-point Napoli, an 8, and of course the 11-point. And they're going up against a UK mixed with the Portuguese and Spanish, as well as the HRE. And way down here for reinforcements is Prussia and another UK Ottoman mixture here. So this will be a very fun battle. I love this map, so looking forward to seeing what the deal is. Now, we do start, of course, with the Imperials having to push, but they are pushing on one player who is in this town here. You know, not a terrible thing. France pushing up the Dragoons. Well, these are actually really good Dragoons, too. Wow. They brought the good guys. Of course, he's pushing his army across on two fronts here. So on the flank, he has a small contingent, or not a small contingent, rather large contingent of French troops here. Look at them going. So he's going to be pushing up a two-line attack, has some Dragoons to kind of scout. Skirmishers already in the LOCs. Looks like they also have a bunch of Lancers who pushed up. But he's falling back. The artillery's falling back. The general infantry, maybe he's just going to leave a little bit of line infantry to kind of hold back Napoli and France. Napoli's going for the flank here, has his elites in the front. Look at these guys. Very nice. You don't see Napoli very much. I actually like, over this hat, I like these hats a lot better. We also have some more guard. Wow. Very excited to see. Like I said, Napoli not played very much, and he bringing a lot of really good units for Napoli. Some infantry in the back. He has some cavalry here. Some cuirassiers, basically. He has some cavalry in the back, some lancers. And the other Napoli army is rolling over as the skirmishers pushing up, as well as a lot of line infantry.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
First LOC has been taken. We do have, it looks like France was trying to go maybe threaten these infantry with his Dragoons, but is going to get scared off by the masses of cavalry that the Allies have, the coalition has. And now that this LOC has been held, France is going to have to make some moves here, or, I mean, they got to push. UK, Spain is already pushing up on this flank. They probably have their army lining up along this road already, or moving up here. See, yeah, we have some cavalry already showing up, some lancers, some Spanish lancers. They're going to try to maybe do something. Napoli's going to actually start pushing up some of their their Marines. The Marines will have the honor. They'll pass this small little, I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a little lake. They're going to pass this little lake and push up to attack this LOC. France is, of course, moving across the other side. Reinforcements still on the way. 11-point France is getting there. Of course, taking quite a while. Having to start way in the back. A massive, massive reinforcing army. This is a lot of troops. There's some Imperial Guard mixed in here, too. The bulk of the army definitely is in the back, it feels like, right now. But yeah, I mean, not any full-scale fight considering how, you know, quick this battle has started. But we are probably going to get our first action here. Had a couple dead bodies now littering the ground. France is going to push up. Still can't see the men in the house. Go in, Marines. Oh, that blue flag. Many a brave boy may die. There we go. They're going into the house. Using cover, getting support on both sides. If Cav tried charging in, they got it. And on this side as well. So, well coordinated here. And they are in. going to try their best as they are continue taking pot shots at the French as they advance. And, oh yeah, they're making short work of these boys. Oh, go get him. Oh, he just broke his neck. Wow, that's savage. Hopefully someone can get revenge. All right, so now they are going to start falling back. Oh, we have the officer. Ooh, he's like, oh my goodness. He's like, yeah, nope, I'm not gonna. Oh, they did him dirty. All right, so we are seeing some Prussian skirmishers setting up here on this side. Looks like France is actually falling back. Does not like that. Maybe sending up their cav. That's what I'd start to do. Although I'm sure there's cavalry guarding these skirmishers as you see Prussian infantry pushing across as well. So, I mean, the allies are, the coalition, I should say, are getting closer here. In fact, the rest of the coalition is very close at this point. So, this French army and Napoli army may want to hold by the house or by the town. Oh, excuse me. Hold by the town and wait for the rest of the reinforcements, which are making the way up here. It looks like Napoli is going to take the left side. France will take the center and right. We do have some UK artillery already firing here. Not sure what they're firing at. But France has effectively taken this town. So they are now going to form up in a defensive line. They'll use the town as a kind of shelter against artillery if needed. They have their own artillery, which are setting up, looks like in a slight sloped by the church here. Wow, look at that imposing church. What's the architecture look like inside? Wow, very, very nature feeling. I like it. But anyway, Napoli has now sighted the UK, so they're going to fall back. What do we got for the UK? Just some line infantry. Oh, we have some grenadiers, possibly. Forming up some King's German Legion. Pushing up here. So Napoli's going to have to form up to take care of them, which looks like they are doing. They're going to readjust. They have, too bad this wasn't an actual body of water. That would be perfect to use as kind of sitting on this side, using it to kind of protect this one point here. These skirmishers are still here. France is now going to start advancing on them and fall back. I guess they don't want to go up against line infantry. We do see some cavalry here, just some Landwehr. Lancers, Ulanen. Looks like some more over here. Yep. But let's see where they draw their lines here, because the lines are definitely starting to get drawn. Prussia has taken this left side. They have a good position if they want to use the forest to kind of have a supporting flanking line. They have some sappers, I bet, are about to deploy some stakes. They're probably gonna put artillery here. These skirmishers not gonna do too hot against regular line volleys. I would get them out of there. France is getting actually rather aggressive here. Yes, very aggressive. Napoli is forming up, putting their skirmishers out in front of their line infantry against the UK. I don't honestly know enough about Napoli to know one way or the other. We did have that Lancer unit of Spanish Lancers who are going to get themselves out of there. They definitely are faster than these Dragoons. But yeah, you see Napoli's second army is here. They're going to form up here. Over on this side, oh, we have a cav charge. So the Dragoons charged in, dealt with those skirmishers. Stakes are deployed though. Artillery sitting way back here. Not sure how I feel about this position. I think they're going to be hitting the ground. If you look down here, they don't have the greatest of positions. I would have moved the artillery more maybe central, but they are keeping it on this side of the tree line, which is going to help them out if anyone tries to push their guns. But yeah, I don't think this artillery is doing a whole lot of damage to the French. But France still is going to fall back. I don't think they like the idea of trying to fight a whole Prussian army with half their army. You can see they're using the buildings to shelter their troops. Still waiting. Napoli is going to start pushing up here. It looks like they are maybe going to get very aggressive in 2v1 the UK troops. Looks like the other UK army may be shifting over to this side. So people wanting to fight together, it looks like, you know, nationality-wise. Napoli wanting to fight together. And, of course, now it looks like 11-point France is arriving in a way. Their cavalry is up. And their infantry is starting to push up. Got the very beefy units. They may be the support here. Looks like they're going to have a couple units to help support this right side. I hear Cav. Oh, these skirmishers are going to get charged here. Not very good. But they have taken out quite a few of these skirmishers. And now Napoli is going to charge in with their hussars, going for the artillery here. What a huge loss it'll be for the UK, as they're going to lose their artillery and they lost some cavalry. I would definitely take that as a good exchange. We do have the artillery in the center now. It looks like 12-pounders. Going to be firing on the French. And it looks like they got very aggressive with their sappers here. France is just kind of doing a little pushing out. They push out a little bit here and there. I think they're just trying to feel out where the coalition is going to be trying to hold. Where they're weakest at this point. The HRE are forming up here now. Maybe this is Austria. I think it's HRE. It's got the eagle. Got some very beefy units here. Oh, they're killing their own skirmishers. What did those skirmishers ever do to them? Wow. That was terrible. But this actually is cool. You can see the firepower that this HRE army can bring. They were firing a lot. Now, I don't know how accurate it is, but you can see they're actually going to start getting very aggressive. They have the grenadiers probably to form a square on the side here. And they're going in. The UK also are engaging Napoli now. Just in one little area here. They're actually going to push up to these skirmishers. Setting up more artillery. They have plenty more cav to defend. And they may be trying to deal using some Spanish troops to try to deal with those skirmishers. And the skirmishers can probably get back. This cavalry was probably hoping to get some action, but now they better get themselves out of there because they are in danger of being focused down by quite a lot of artillery fire. As you can see, the artillery fire focusing, trying to at least focus down these heavy cav. We do have the UK lining up too thick on this one side, so Napoli better watch out. Over here, HRE holding. Prussia actually looks like they may be trying to push out here. Let's see, what do they bring? They brought some Landwehr, some land... Let's see, just some regular line infantry. And then possibly some... Yeah, just more Landwehr. Doesn't look too aggressive for them at this point. Napoli is going to form up to make a encompassing flank here. So you can see they have plenty of reserves. They're saving their most elite troops at this point. Not a shot. Artillery setting up. Some 6-pounders hoping to maybe get some... There we go. That's what a general would see. See the enemy advancing or setting up. You see your own troops. You see some cavalry on the other side. Oh my goodness. They are killing their own troops. That's so unfortunate. Artillery positions definitely are not what they could be at this point in time. Okay, so 8-point France is set up. We do have 11-point France maybe going more into the town. Majority of their army is still in the flank here, it looks like. Oh no, they have them set up here. So looking at this, I would say actually the probably weakest link or weakest point in the army. Uh-oh, Napoli is gonna lose their general. Or not. Nah, his general's way up here. As long as he can form square and get his general back, he'll be alright. That was almost a gen snipe. That was a very... What they should have done is coordinate that with a charge in the front. See, they couldn't have snuck in and got some skirmishers or something like that. But, you know, you can't blame them for trying. But I would say this flank could be the pivotal flank here. Now, the artillery has pushed up, as you can see, for Prussia. Not sure what they're firing at. But France is returning fire with their 6-pounder as well. A lot of troops in the rear. And they're falling back the whole army. I guess they do not like this. They have cavalry dragoons in the forest here, just in case there's any Prussian cav trying to flank. But yeah, this fight is not really going anywhere. Now, keep in mind, the Imperials do have LOC advantage at this point in time. So they are going to win if they just held. And if the coalition never attacks, then nothing's going to happen. It is gorgeous, though. Looking at this, I wish you had you could draw stuff, because, you know, be able to draw circles and lines and arrows like you can in some of the newer Total Wars. That'd be perfect. But it's alright. It's alright. France definitely utilizing their reserves quite well, though. Napoli's actually falling back. So I guess they do not like this. I mean, they technically don't have to hold. They just have to hold this LOC. But they can hold by the river. And they can't take this LOC without running this direction. Which means if you have units here, they'll fire at them as they're charging. So they don't actually have to stand here and take their artillery fire that they are. We do have some cavalry here. This is why France had their cavalry out. Dragoons chasing down some lancers. Probably not going to catch a lot of them out, and you may just die to some squarables. So may want to be careful there. Which they are. They're falling back. We're taking home a couple losses there. Now Prussia knows that the Cavs there. They may be more nervous about advancing, though. You know, keep them in a reminding that you are still there. Now, the thing is, wouldn't be surprised if the coalition sits for a very long time before attacking. You all know me, I love attacking. I prefer attacking over defending. The artillery advantage seems the coalition has the larger amount of artillery. Yeah, this actually isn't a bad idea for the UK to go on the side. It's a nice open field. They have a lot of cav. I don't know how good it is. They have a lot of cav. The UK are good at shooting. If they can just close in just a little bit, they could do a lot of shooting. They could do a lot, and you know, things would go well. These skirmishers are going to try to do what they can. I would be concerned that they are going to get charged by cavalry. There's nothing really defending them. It's like they've been hung out, you know, to dry, as it were. Infantry did get hit by artillery. They are now going to start pushing up here. Go get them, boys. I love the big open fields, honestly. That's why I like this map. I love that there can be some congested areas in some like almost hilly tree forest fights, but also you can still have your big open fields, your wheat field fight, which is exactly what this is, and I love it. And the UK are massing up maybe to make a push against Napoli. Keep in mind, that's why they have all the reserves, and they're shifting even more over. I think they have definitely let France, who probably has better melee stats, take this town. Oh no, we have cavalry gonna get that Prussian artillery. They didn't even have to do this because they actually watched. Well, they maybe killed their own Prussian artillery. I don't know. But we do have more and more cavalry charging out. France does not like the idea of all this artillery that the coalition has.
Our men are running, sir.
That's why they're trying to make moves. But actually, Prussia seems to have done a good job guarding their artillery pieces. I mean, they have really good positions and they have them back. Like having it sit right here and fire over, having infantry in front, that's going to make it very difficult for the enemy to attack. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We have a huge attack here. As the UK are pushing. Now France is in the forest. They have a beautiful flank they could make, pushing more reserves and hitting them right here. Now, of course, if the UK are going to push up along the entire side, they probably want to keep away from this LOC. But man, they are making some moves, but they are dying to artillery. This artillery position, beautiful. Now, if the UK push up just a little bit more, this hill would actually obsolete this artillery. They push it to right here. I guarantee this artillery would hit the ground. But they are in danger. They need to get those guys in position, their reserves into position right now, because things are not looking too good for them until that happens. Oh, wow. There's a general movement along the entire side here. I'm assuming Prussia's also going to advance, but here comes the HRE. UK going also with this LOC. They have broken all of the Portuguese light infantry.
Our men are running, sir.
France should hold up very well. Oh, who's running? Oh, that cavalry. Trying to fight, but I mean, there's a square. They're just gonna die to this square. That's very unfortunate. Oh, well. Yeah, so France is gonna have they're gonna be a little outnumbered. That's the only problem with this whole thing. It's 1 to, you know, a regular line. Along the entire side. I think my projection, I think the UK are going to get crushed out in this field. This is where it's going to be Napoli, and with France's help, will actually be able to break them. They have plenty of reserves. They have really good quality infantry. Plus the artillery positions they have. Of course, you see the UK are pushing up their artillery as well. Looks like some of those troops did come back, although massively hurt. The UK are also pushing up over on this side. I love how this town fight is just starting to go at it. Prussia has not yet engaged everywhere. France went for the artillery, and UK lost yet another artillery position. Over on this side.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, who else is running? But anyway, the UK actually seem to be doing pretty good here. 11-point France seems to be the best one to go up against them, as they are very beefy, very large. Napoli went for yet another artillery. Man, the coalition cannot keep their artillery safe, and which is why, in my opinion, you got to keep them back. Have cavalry or infantry to just shower them with a massive artillery barrage or volley as they're trying to charge in here. These skirmishers are going to make it very difficult. We have more, looks like the guard going to push up on this flank here. So Napoli is really having to readjust their line just because the UK has so many troops. I do see a lot of UK, though, having some wavering issues. France holding well here, but they are taking losses. Taking quite a few losses. I mean, so is the UK, but the UK has actually very thick units here. And keep in mind how beautiful their stats are. France issued out here a bayonet charge, and they got repulsed by the HRE, who are now pushing up into this town. Wow. France needs to be able to use the reserves pretty soon here, which they would, I'm sure, would rather not have to use. Let's see what's happening on this far flank. We have a massive cav with infantry support, of course. I would be... Oh, what is going on here? Some lancers charging and trying to go for a general once more. Infantry pushing up, so you got to watch out for that infantry support for the cav engagement. But UK are just getting shattered here in the center, totally breaking this artillery position. I would fall back here and try pushing just the flank. But France seems to not be able to hold very well here on this side. I mean, look at this flank. Prussia could get way more aggressive, but they seem to want to take a slower approach. They have the artillery firing, pushing up here on the flank. And, ooh, they are firing in the backs of their own troops. Cow charge! Ooh, they did form square in time. And the problem is for the UK, they gotta watch out. This is a lot of really good melee capable troops. And the UK are a lot better standing back shooting than they would be if they got bayonet charged, especially by this many grenadiers and guard. They are going to lose. If Napoli can close in and bayonet charge, maybe use this road to run along here and hit this flank while also pushing forward at the same time.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Yeah, this is going to go terribly for the UK. And looks like they did a bayonet charge of their own. But they're going to fail terribly. I mean, whether you like the UK or not, I'm sorry, but you have to acknowledge a inferior stat of melee, especially against those troops. But over here, they are doing terribly. The cav is charging in, just shredding them to bits.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must
infantry
pray.
rushing forward, trying to get their artillery. Who's general? Oh my gosh. The French charged in here and just got a general. That is a huge loss for Prussia. And Prussia and HRE looks like they don't really know what to exactly do here. Meanwhile, this fight is raging on the side here, which this could be the deciding factor. You can see bayonet charges from France going to start totally wrecking the UK line. I mean, their morale's already in shambles from losing another unit. And then to get bayonet charged by French troops is just going to be the cherry on top for the Imperials here. And yeah, looks like everything's just falling apart here. Cavalry's charging in, infantry, bayonet charging, Napoli is just rushing forward, keeping this line busy while they also bayonet charge, constantly bayonet charge the French, or the UK, sorry, the UK. Just keep bayonet charging them, you're gonna win. That's all you have to do. Just find that flank. Don't go head on with them, obviously, because you'll just get shot to pieces, but find that flank like this. They have a huge gap they can exploit, pushing assault columns forward, and then just start taking the line. The UK should be already falling back. This entire line should be falling back right now. But yeah, France is now going to just continually charge in here. UK going to try to countercharge, but I mean, it's not going to work.
The men are fatigued, sir,
and the UK are turning to shambles pretty fast, unfortunately. And Napoli victoriously is pushed over. Now, what went wrong? What went wrong here? So I'd say definitely this artillery position, this artillery 6-pounder destroyed the UK. I would say just decisively destroyed them along here. They broke at least 4 units of UK infantry. They should have fallen back from that area. You're going up against a 6-pounder that has a fast reloading skill.
Are fatigued, sir,
and maybe tried pushing more along here, matched more troops here, kept a couple back, further back, just to keep the French from being able to flank your army. Put some artillery to kind of drive them back, and then pushed on this flank with the weight of your troops. Forced Napoli along a very large area. Maybe that would have worked. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when you get bayonet charged and there's not a whole lot you can do. Prussia is now advancing. think a little too late because the French over here are victoriously sweeping the board with what's remaining of the UK. And there's not going to be a whole lot left to stop the Napoli army or Napolese armies from pushing the flank of HRE and caving in on Prussia, as there's only 2 armies left, basically. I mean, the UK is not out of this fight yet. They could try to fight a retreating battle using this river. I think it's river, yeah. River, and trying to hold this side of the town. But, I mean, it's going to be pretty outnumbering odds here. Napoli has some pretty healthy troops. They took some losses, too. I mean, you can't not take losses against the UK in a line fight for any period of time. Why are these guys firing? Maybe they're in melee still. Oh, we have a cav charge here. Looks like some HRE sent in some of their cavalry, trying to drive them back. They're going to have to start falling back their own self. Now, Prussia is going for a general here. Going for Andre. And I think he may kill him, or at least rout him. Wow, Prussia is actually being quite decisive in their attack here. Having broken quite a lot of France. Oh, they're getting shot to pieces as they're pushing forward. Oh, poor France. That's execution now. France is trying to hold here, and actually, like I said, Prussia making a very good push here. They have wiped a lot of this 11-point France's army, an 8-point France's army off this flank, looking very healthy still. They're going to keep pushing here. HRE and UK are going to have a very tough fight, though. They are going to have to hold off 2 Napolese armies that are making a huge flank, going all the way around, hitting them from a very large front. France seems to be disengaging and pushing reinforcements to this side. They have to hold against Prussia, as Prussia is making quite the push. And well done on them. What do they have here? Oh, they have Russians. They're cheating. They have Russian power. Cavalry push up. What kind of cav do they have here? They have some dragoons and some lancers here. They're going to push up the rest of their line infantry. They have some light infantry, some fusiliers of the line. Looks like some landwehr mixed in with them. Oh yeah, look at these guys. Look at this light infantry. So much gray and dark. More Russians. And France is shifting over. You can see their remainder of their line. This battle actually evened up a little bit. I still think it's heavily in favor of the Imperials, but it did not just become a wipe for the coalition, which I'm very happy to see. HRE are going to have to readjust their line to help defend against Napoli. You can see more of these guard troops and Marines can try to go for the flank. We do have some cavalry. Do we have cuirassiers? Maybe they can go in, or whatever unit this is. Hold the foe. We have a cav charge here. Oh, they're gonna just get volleyed in the face. These grenadiers are going to probably do some work. If I were to guess, they're going to do some work here. I will push them up and try attacking this flank of Prussia. Try to drive them back. Drive back those stinking Prussians. There we go. Yes. Run past that church and go for it. A beautiful, beautiful charge here. And Prussia wisely is going to start falling back immediately just because of this huge wave of French troops pushing up. Look at that. It's all the reserves for France. And unfortunately, these grenadiers are going to get charged here. They could take on some Landwehr, Lancer, Ulanen, I'd say. Now over on this side, we still have the UK looking like they have made a hole. This is where they're going to make their push or their defense. Naples just got to hold the line, then push their guard troops forward, and they'll be fine. Artillery going to push them as well. HRA even swinging some troops across. France could attack and put more pressure on this one weak flank. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of Prussian cav charging in. Oh, it just glitched out there for a second. I thought it was going to crash. Poor France getting just bayonet charged here. They did form a square.
Our men are running, sir.
But Prussia has done well. I mean, their cav is saving the day. More bayonet charge, guys. This is just a bloody fight for this street here. Prussia to lose some of their cav. They still have their Dragoons. They seem to be sparing them very well. Or saving them pretty well. But Naples Guard Lancer, nonetheless, are now here to stop that. Man, look how nasty that lance looks. Looks stinking sharp. Prussia is taking some hits here now. You can see their morale starting to waver a little bit. They do well in shoot matches, but they are outnumbered. Looks like Prussia has lost in the town, at least in the very beginning. And these Russian troops here may get charged here by the French, who are very tired. But Prussia is going to start taking some losses here. They need their general, but they don't have their general, which is going to affect the morale even more. Now, these guys were tired, so they did not do well. All right, you can see once again the UK pushing back. Just because they have a flanking attack constantly, they need to make sure they are not even close to that. Prussia. Oh man, this keeps freezing up every once in a while. It's weird. Prussia going in for the Swiss Grenadiers. They're trying to make a push on this flank, maybe try turning to this line. But Prussia, unfortunately, I think if they had that general, they would have held beautifully. But Prussia lost their general, and so their troops are just breaking pretty fast. A square here, these Dragoons going in for a last-ditch effort here. Not going to do too well for them. Looks like HRE are doing a cav charge of their own with the Lancers. Man, this is freezing up, and it never does that. It's weird. And this fight may be almost over now. As the French have quite the amount of troops left. And, yeah. But a good fight. A good fight. We have some Grenadiers gonna go for a full-on bayonet charge here. Let's see if the French can give a counter charge here. Yes, they do. He's like, dude, get up. I want to fight you. That guy did nothing. Calling him out right now. He's embarrassed. He fell down and he got up and ran away. What a terrible way to end your fight. See, the HRE are doing really well. I mean, they have such thick units. If they can keep shooting, they can outshoot the French, it would appear. Oh man, the Prussians just mass routed, no general to inspire them to acts of bravery. They are going to get out of there with the majority of their army. And that will be it for the Prussians. Brave Prussians. Lancers getting in some of that action. We have Napoli going for that flank still, playing for the long run. Oh, that artillery is doing beautifully well. Napoli has not been without their fair share of losses and problems. But now with Prussia gone, one of the UK's gone, it's going to be a pretty easy victory here. The HRE, honestly, at a certain point, they are going to have to make a decision if they want to fall all the way back or if they just want to make a last stand where they are. Got a bayonet charge from some of the more of the guard. Always makes you want to play NCW3 once doing a replay, which is why I haven't been recording as much. I've been playing. I'm like, I want to do something. I want to play instead of record. So this will be no. Although I did make the recording, so if you see me playing today, I recorded. All right. Napoli's cavalry gonna go in for the general and the artillery all in one fell swoop. And it's going to be over. I think the HRE are about to just get boxed in.
We have killed their general, sir.
The UK are going to push up here to certain death. Brave, brave boys. Cavalry going in the back too, so... Oh wow, look at that. You have the burning building. That is a beautiful picture of total war. There's only 1 or 2 units left, I do believe, here as they're closing them in, boxing them in. Let me just fast forward. They're charging the squares. Even these guard, the yellow hats, are going to get some of that action. And that'll be the battle. So it was hard fought. Prussia made a really good push at first. Obviously did not last. This fight was, I was hoping for more of a massive line fight of volleys exchanged over a very long time, you know, over half the battle. But you can't expect that, especially if you're going up against the UK. You got to make, if you want to win, you got to make some plays of getting into melee with them, because if you try to outshoot the UK, you better have a lot of troops. Like, I'm talking a lot of troops in order to actually make that work. Let's let this one last troop die. So I think that's what happened, was just the UK just got focused by a lot of really good quality Neapolitan Napolese elite guard. All right, and this one was sent in by Clarky boy. So thank you for that, Clark. Rather enjoyable game. Let's see. So the losses and kills here. You can see 7, 8, 11, and 2, and 1, 5, 6, and 7. So definitely Prussia did pretty well there, all on their own, basically. That looks like a farmy type of. These both look like a little more farming, but you know, you have to farm sometimes if you want to make sure the enemy doesn't come back. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this rather quick battle. I guess you'd say it was about 40 minutes, 45 minutes maybe. More to come in the future. I'm going to keep trying to, you know, chip away at the massive iceberg of replays I have. So don't be afraid to keep sending them in, guys. It may take me a minute to get to them. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.